Hey everybody, it's Jay-Z Crazy. I didn't feel like running in. I'm gonna start the show here, get right to it. By the way, before we started, did I hear you say slipper socks?
Sure.
Hey, what does that mean?
Socks on your feet?
But why did the random words come out of your mouth?
Well-
Slipper socks.
Why not?
No, but what do you mean by that? People usually just don't speak random words for nothing unless they're going nutso. So, you want to tell me what that means?
They're slipper socks. Socks that go on your feet to keep you from slipping.
Okay, but what relevance does it have to what we're doing?
Nothing.
Anyway, this is what I wanted to talk about before that nonsense. My dad was a coffee drinker. Me, not so much. Not crazy about the coffee.
Then why do you ask for it?
I don't really ask for coffee a lot. And when I do, it's because I want a warm beverage. And I'm really not looking for coffee. And I wish I had anything but coffee.
Okay.
But sometimes we only have the coffee. So this is what my dad used to drink. Taster's Choice. He wouldn't even drink the good stuff. Not even the stuff in the bags. He would get the instant coffee all the time. And then my mom would want to throw up. She hated the smell of coffee.
I don't really like the smell of coffee either.
She could not stomach the smell of coffee.
It's like Starbucks coffee, like the smell of it gives me a headache and a stomach ache.
But, like you said, we do have it, and I drink it once in a while. But I don't do good with caffeine because I have anxiety. Any amount of caffeine elevates my anxiety.
That's caffeine free.
That's why once in a while I can drink this. Not that I'm really enjoying the taste that much. You understand that, right?
Then why are you drinking it?
Back to this again. Because once in a while in the morning I like a warm beverage. And if this is all we have and I don't want tea, I'll drink the Taster's Choice. Forget about that. My mom was a tea drinker. She hated coffee.
I love tea.
She had her own little teacup.
Yep. Where is it?
It's like something you'd see in a museum. The thing looks ancient. I'll show you. I brought it. Not like I had to go far for it, but
Here it is.
this is what she would drink out of during my entire childhood. Every morning, this. My dad had a piece of shit plastic yellow coffee cup. Didn't keep any of those because they were probably only worth about a dime a piece. This one looks like you could bring it to the Antique Roadshow and it may actually be worth money.
You know what's funny is Jim used to drink out of a blue plastic cup, his coffee.
Who?
Jim
Jim who?
Hayes.
Oh, that's our former friend. And I only say former because
he passed away.
He passed away. But he was on the show a couple times. I don't know what he drank out of.
I do. It was a blue plastic cup, and he would fill it to the very brim and spill it the whole way.
So that was his favorite coffee cup. Like my dad had his
Favorite.
cheap coffee cups, and my mom had her favorite teacup.
Right.
Now, I was looking at the bottom. It looks like there's some Japanese writing on it. I'm not even sure because there's a glare from the light. But I think there's Japanese writing. And if there is,
You can take a picture of it.
better than take a picture of it. I mean, it has sentimental value because it was my mom's.
No, take a picture and then put it into the translator to see what it says.
No, I'm just thinking, if this is worth money, I don't want to be a sellout, but
Don't sell it.
I could always use some cash. What if this thing is worth like 10 grand?
I guess you're going to get a new car.
For 10 grand these days?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not getting a new car.
Maybe a nice used car.
I just don't know if this is worth money, but I'm tempted to find out. But anyway, my mom was a smoker. So she had this cup of tea and an ashtray. She had her whole thing going on
And how many cups did she drink?
every morning. That's the funny part. She had to be at work at 9 a.m. She would get up at 5:30. There'd be 3 solid hours
Of her drinking
of
tea?
drinking tea before she even had to leave the house. That may be a mental disorder, or I don't know what you want to call it. Because I asked her the same question. I said, why do you get up so early?
Yeah, why?
You don't have to be at work until 9. So I figure you could get up at 8.
Yep.
You take your shower,
Have a cup of tea.
have a bite to eat, have a cup of tea. You could leave and still be at work by 9. You would think she worked 3 hours away. It was like a 10-minute drive to work. She said to me, well, I like to get up early and just relax. Okay, we all like to relax, but do you need 3.5 hours of relaxation before you leave the house?
Maybe her job wasn't that relaxing and she needed that talk down time to go to work.
She was a packer in a jewelry factory. She just had to pack cheap jewelry in boxes.
Maybe her co-workers made her nervous.
She did other things there too. What's the official title of what she did? It wasn't packer. But it was basically the same thing. Like there'd be certain types of jewelry, she had to pair them up.
Oh,
And she had to make sure they were organized.
Yeah.
And then she would pack them.
Gotcha. She probably
But I forget the official title.
maybe she inspected to make sure that they were the same.
It just doesn't sound like a high-stress job where she needed to get up 3.5 hours ahead of time.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I gotcha. Well,
But she was sitting there with her teacup, her cigarettes that I hated.
right.
Most of the time, when she went off to another room, I would take her cigarettes.
And put them in water.
I would put them in the kitchen sink, and I'd put that faucet on as fast as it would go. Not that she was happy with that.
No, she didn't like that, I bet.
She didn't really like me doing that, but I was watching out for her health. Smoking is bad for you. I don't need to tell you that.
Right.
So yeah, my dad with his instant coffee every morning, my mom with her teacup, all good memories from my childhood. I would love to go back there for a couple days.
And?
Just reminisce, feel the good feelings again, being a kid, seeing my dad at the table and my mom giving herself cancer.
What?
And these are all things.
What about your dad? Didn't he smoke while he had his coffee?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were both giving each other cancer. But you know, it was a good childhood. Not that part.
Thank you.
That happened later on.
I get you.
Kids out there, it's not worth the hassle you have to go through when you get to 60, 70 years old. Put the cigarettes down, or you're in for a hell ride. And another thing, not just the cigarettes, my mom would put saccharin in her tea.
Ugh.
That's the kind of sweetener they had back in the 70s.
That
And
gave
on
you
the-
cancer.
On the back of it, there was a label that actually says, has been known to cause
Does cancer in rats.
in laboratory rats. My mom's drinking it,
Like it.
smoking.
Oh,
my
jeez.
dad's got his coffee. My mom's like retching at the smell because she hates the smell of coffee, and he's busy drinking out of
A plastic cup.
It actually sounds like a fucking nightmare now that I'm talking about it.
I was gonna say
I don't know why I have any desire to go back there for a few days because it sounds like a hell.
Like your dad's drinking coffee, your mom's going
While she's sipping
down
down
some tea
substances that give cancer to rats.
and smoking. And then I'm sure your dad probably used the saccharin too for his coffee.
No, he actually used sugar.
You did?
Yeah, he didn't use the saccharin.
Why did your mom use saccharin?
I don't know. I think maybe it was a race for her to die. Maybe she was trying to kill herself off. I don't know.
Oh, good Lord.
The only valid reason I have, which I think may be the truth, is the saccharin.
Oh, was it sugar?
It was kind of a sugar-free thing, so I think she did it for weight loss purposes.
Did she drink Tab?
She wasn't fat,
No.
but I think that was her way of not being fat. She would put the saccharin in her tea. What? Tab, did you say?
Did she drink
yeah,
that?
she drank Tab. That
that-
stuff was awful, too.
That had saccharin in it.
Do they
I
still
think.
sell that nasty soda?
I think so.
Oh, my mom and her Tab. If you've never had Tab, be thankful.
Yeah, don't try it.
I tried it as a kid because she had some. I
And
said,
what did it taste like?
I said, can I try your Tab, Mom? She says, yeah, you can have some. First of all, that was gross, too.
Oh,
Because
geez.
she had a straw, and the straw was full of lipstick.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm sucking down this gross soda that's mixing with my mom's lipstick, and it's just a giant mess.
What did it taste like?
Like, if the soda wasn't bad
Good
enough, I've tasted my mom's lips on a straw and
But the soda. What did,
the lipstick and everything. None of it was a good combination.
well, what did the soda taste like?
It tasted like very, very flat, stale Coke.
Oh.
But a cheap version of Coke. Not even a good version of Coke. It's like, what's that soda that's a knockoff of Coke? It begins with C. It's not cola. I forget what it is. If any of you...
RC? RC
It
Cola?
might be something like RC Cola. It's like a flat version
It's
of the cheapest ass
Coke.
Coke.
Cola. Cola. What do you call it? Cola.
Coke imposter that you could think of.
Yeah, soda. So cola. Any kind of cheap cola.
That's what Tab is.
Oh.
So, like I say, I don't even know. Drop it in the comment section if you know if they still sell Tab or not.
I've seen it in the store.
You have recently?
Yeah. It's in a pink can.
I think they put saccharin in the Tab.
That's what I've said. I think they used to. I don't know what they put in it now.
So my mom just like to overdose on Tab. No wonder she's dead.
I think saccharin was in it. That was the whole thing, that it was diet. It
People
have-
didn't care about their health at all.
She was trying by not having.
At least my dad, at least he used regular sugar. I mean, he smoked too.
But the regular sugar is worse because that'll put weight on you. But your dad was thin.
And my dad smoked a cigarette called True.
What did your mom smoke?
Kent.
Never heard of it.
Now, I don't smoke. I've never smoked.
Neither.
So I don't even know if these cigarettes, True and Kent, are still being sold. But according to Lisa, the Tab is.
Yeah,
I know
I've
they
seen-
took the saccharin off the shelf.
They put it back. It's back.
People had like no way, or they just didn't care.
No, saccharin's back, and they took the warning
Listen to
off
me.
of it.
Listen to me. People appeared to not give a shit about their health.
They do.
Or maybe it was just my parents.
They put saccharin back on the shelf, and they
But
took,
why?
They took the warning off of the box.
Okay, well, I hope to God they changed the ingredients.
Same ingredients.
How do you know this? Don't say that.
Because
Unless you know for sure.
I read it. It's made out of saccharin still.
Check that, because I think she's wrong.
It's in the pink box, right?
Doesn't matter. They can
It's
they can
saccharin.
change the color of the box.
I read
They can
it.
keep the box the same color.
I read
the
it.
color of the box doesn't
It's still
represent what
saccharin.
The color of the box does not represent what's inside
It
it.
still says saccharin.
I believe it still says saccharin, but it doesn't mean it's made out of the same cancer-causing material
Yes,
that
it
it
is.
used to be in the 70s.
It's still saccharin. Saccharin is not changed. I even looked it up online when I saw it in the store.
I'm not buying it.
That's your problem.
It was not really a problem. I just don't believe that they would willingly sell a product that causes cancer.
They took the warning off the box.
Well, I know they sell cigarettes, but
Yeah.
that's besides the point.
And they still sell saccharin. It's the
I'm
pink-
telling you, there's no way. There's no way it can be made the same way.
It's made the same way.
You keep nodding yes. I'm not buying
I
it.
looked it up. And it says they just took the warning off. They didn't change anything. They just took
So who is it that oversees all foods? The Food
and Drug Administration.
and Drug Administration, the FDA. There's no way that you could sell something that's known to cause cancer in rats in the 70s and 80s. There's no way they would even allow that back on the shelf
Still on the shelf.
without changing the ingredients.
It's back on the shelf. Same ingredients.
Don't pay attention to her.
Warning is no longer on the box.
Don't pay attention.
I looked it up. They still sell it.
I think you're making a mistake.
It's not.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But they're still selling it.
I don't believe that.
Well, too late.
Look it up at home, please.
They still sell it.
Because I don't think she knows what she's talking
It's
about.
saccharin.
Okay, stop. I know. It's still called saccharin.
It's still made.
That doesn't mean anything.
It's made out of the
Every
same.
ingredient could be changed, could be different than what it used to be.
But
they could still slap the name saccharin on it.
No, the saccharin is the ingredient, not the brand name. You understand?
Okay. You and I are going to disagree until we do more research.
Go ahead.
I have to look this up.
Do it. Look it up.
You look it up at home too if you want to. Drop it in the comment section whether she's right or whether she just doesn't know what the hell she's talking about.
It's called Sweet and Low, and it's got
What's called Sweet and Low? You just said it was called
the
saccharin.
saccharin. That's,
Didn't you just say, stop, didn't you just say it was called saccharin still?
yeah, it's in saccharin is what's it's
No,
made out
you
of.
said
the
it's still,
brand-
you said it's still called saccharin.
Yeah.
Didn't you say it's still called saccharin and
yes.
on the box it says saccharin?
Yeah, that's what's inside. That's what the chemical is that you're ingesting.
No, this was a little jar of it looked like a bottle of aspirin. Well, it did.
Oh, I believe you.
You could look it up.
I-
It looked like bare aspirin,
Oh.
and it was like little pills, and it was saccharin. And then you'd put it in the drink, and it would all get all fizzy.
Oh, I think they still sell those. But
Oh, now you just think.
yeah, I think
5 minutes ago, you
but-
were 100% sure.
No, but the packaging is different. I still think they sell the pills where you put it in and fizzes up.
You contradict yourself so much.
The
First, the packaging is the same. Now it's different.
Sweet
then
and
the
Low.
saccharin name is on the package.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's called Sweet and Low.
Yeah, Sweet and Low
Do you wonder why
is
I get
made out of-
confused about what she says?
Stop. Sweet and Low is made out of saccharin. That's it. It's just called Sweet and Low.
No, I'm saying, can you walk into a supermarket right now
Oh, and
ask-
just- and just
Will you
get-
listen to me? She's still talking over me. You're so fucking rude. Just shut up for a second. I'm trying to ask you a question and you won't shut up. Can you walk into a supermarket and ask for saccharin and they'll show you a product that actually says saccharin?
Probably. If you go in where you go with baking, you have to find it there.
Oh, it's okay to make cakes with.
That's where you get all those different kinds of sweeteners between sugar, saccharin, Sweet and Low, whatever.
I can't take it. My head's about to explode. I've had enough saccharin talk for the rest of my life. We'll see you next time, everybody. This has been Jay-Z Crazy.